Hi, this is Vishal and hope all are doing good. And we are on the other session of the day. That is the important topic. And I really wish that you are doing good in your fields and you are safe with your families. And that's my wish or pray to God that you always be happy. So as we have a long tour, that means as we started with the Android sessions, MVVM approaches, and we have done a lot of things just like RX Java, retrofit tutorials, room tutorials, and clean architecture, Kotlins. So this and nowadays working on the Jetpack. So today we are on the topic, that means we choose this topic Firebase notification because I have seen many comments of the users on my many videos that they want with the notification session from my side because there be some confusion maybe. So that means I will just simply explore this Firebase notification, how we can use it. And as we know that this Firebase notifications we are using in most of the apps, so that is the very important part of the app because of each and every app, that means 80 to 90% apps be working on this notification. So first we uh, discuss about that what is exactly the notifications, then we discuss about the flow of the notification, then we do some practical, and also we work with some backend server. So these we have to work with the notification. Just understand the flow of notification and how we can implement it. So let's start it. So Firebase notifications are very simple. But what is a simple notification? We discuss about that. And simple notification means nothing but a simple message that Android display outside your app's UI to provide the user with reminders, communications from the other people, or other timely informations from your app. So you can take this definition from anywhere. So that means we can say it in a simple language. There is a message by which you can say to your users something that we have done something for you, and we have some updates, and we have some timers, we have something related to whatever the any good opportunities for you, so time to time updates on you. So that means there is a way we can use it as without SMS. So that means a particular notifications be click on that and then you can open the app. So what be this area? So that means a notification on the Android appears on the top bar on your phone. A simple swipe down from the notification bar will pull up the full screen notification drawer where you can view and interact with your list of notifications. So there will be a notification drawer, and there we have a number of notifications, and you can check that which application be working on particular notification. Then when you click, that means it open the particular app. So that's the way we are working with the notifications. And also here it depends on your phone settings whether you enable or disable your notifications. So it depends. So if it is disabled, that means it never show to you, but it is enabled, that means it's work. So that means which be the necessary apps you can enable on that. But here the main thing is how we can use these notifications on your app, that is the system. So for any Android developer or iOS developer or anyone, that means how we can start these notifications or make a simple implementation with this. So there is a very good technique we are using, that is a good approach we are using, that's called your Firebase Cloud Messaging. So Firebase gives us this FCM it provide by which we can send and receive the messages. So before that it was called GCM, Google Cloud Messaging, but now it is a Firebase Cloud Messaging. Okay, so here everything should be depend on the token that I will discuss after this. Token, that means a unique number or unique ID of particular device. So here what we needed two important things, two important factors, or two important we can say components for the sending and receiving your messages. Number one, your server, and number two, your application. So by these two we can work with the Firebase. So a trusted environment such as a cloud functions for the Firebase or an app server on which to build, target and send messages. So that means your backend work. And for showing that notifications we need iOS application, Android applications or any web. So by which we can do that. So this is your simple way to work with FCM. So the Firebase notifications behave differently depending on the foreground and background states of the receiving app. If you want to foreground apps to receive notifications or a data message, you will need to write code to handle the on message received. So everything should be by this area. This is called your on message received that I will discuss. Taking a very small example, that means as we have done in many apps, and one of my app, I'm just giving the example to you. Now, those who are beginners, they can understand well. That means if we have two or three apps that be interrelated, or a single app, depends which kind of work you on that. So that means just like with the Uber Eats, Swiggy, these kind of apps we have worked. So when you work with your user app, that means user give command that we have some order, and that notifications come to admin or a seller site that the user want this food, and he has paid for that. So that means admin or a seller can check that whether he provide it or not. So that means, or whether it cancel the request or not. So once he want to provide that, that means he just make that food particular from particular restaurant or whatever be, he manage that, and that make a food for the particular order. And that means once it completed, it delivered to the rider. So that means on the rider app, that we are notified that by your simple flow that the food is ready, please um, just deliver it within a 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever be the time. So that means rider again check the notification and see, yeah, we have to go for the taking food from the shop. Then we take that food, and again once that be ready to deliver, so again it's a message beyond the user app that your food will be reached in 30 minutes. So that's the way it's become very easy to work with like a notifications rather than simple SMSs. So everything should be on the app. So just like say if you have a school app, and we have something from the school side, and need to notify to the parents that something happened with the school. That means there'll be some attendance or whatever be which kind of issues or any update that's related to, or meeting updates that's related to, we can notify it very easily. So these kind of stuffs we need it for the applications. Okay, so what to do and how to do that is for here we are simple app, your application, whether it is iOS and your uh, Android. And here for the particular app we have a device, and for the particular device we have a certain kind of token. That means some ID of that particular device that generated by the Firebase. And once this token be generated, it is a unique token for that particular device. Okay, and then by which it's notified to the user. And here whenever you give them update, that means where we have all the names, or we can say that complete database of the users on your server. So server that we have to link with your Firebase. If there be some updates on the server side, it give the push notification to the Firebase, and that Firebase notification we can get it on your application site. So that's the way the process be doing. So how we can use it and how we can manage it, that will work practically. So Firebase serves as a module, we can say in very simple language. Firebase serves as a module between your server and the devices that will receiving the push notifications that you can create. And your server inform Firebase that notification has to be sent. And then Firebase does the work behind the scenes to get the notification published. So that's the important line, and that is also be important when somebody asks to you in interview. So that means it is a module between your server and the devices. That's the way we can work with. And handling messages, we are using your on message receive. That we'll discuss practically on Android Studio. So let us start it, how we can use your basic thing. And here we have some notification messages, data messages, and both notification data payload. Parallelly we can discuss these also, but first we have to start with how we can generate a token, and that's one side of app we have to work on. Android Studio here, very simple project, and you can see this icon. So first we have to sign in to the Google, and whatever you are signing, you can use that. So that is the important part, that you have to sign by which. Okay, so that's the way you can sign. So this is my sign in. Once that's happened, you can see on the tool side, uh, there is a Firebase. Click on that. So it's the simple process, and it's also very good whenever you're working with your Android Studio. You have to keep login with this. Okay, and here you can see cloud messaging. Click here and set up for cloud message. So for here, first is say to you the connect to Firebase, where you can click on that. So it automatically connect your Android Studio to Firebase. So you can see this is our Firebase processing be happen. Okay, and once it's connected, it be add to FCM to your project. So let's just wait for that. Okay, so it say that connect to the Firebase. As we click on that, so here we have a projects for the Firebase, that's the previous projects, and also if you want to add new projects, something we like, so you can give it as yes, notification example YouTube. I'm giving the name to that. It say continue, yes, continue we can say, and say continue, yes. And if you want to change your country, you can say that you can change it, that's India. And here you can accept all things and then create your project. So it creating your project, or you can use your previous project. So whatever be the name related to your app, you give to that project. So it's good if name be common related to your project, so you can understand in the future in which projects you have worked on. Okay, so this is your finishing up, and everything will be fine when creating it. So it says your project be ready, so everything be fine here. So now you can see that this icon, your Android Studio connecting to your um, Firebase, and say connect. So it connect to your particular project. And second step is add FCM to your app. That's very easy. You can say accept changes. So that's the way it just build up configurations. It download your what is with the plugin we needed. So that's we can work. So these two things be first important foremost for every project. Okay, what we did, that means first we log in using the Android Studio, then we go to the tools. On the tools we connect to the Firebase. On the Firebase we connect to the project. If project is there already, you can click on, and there is no any project on your Firebase, you create new as we have done, and then after that it says your Android Studio project is connected, and then we have to add to FCM URL. Just wait a minute. Once this be downloaded, that means our project be ready for your notification process. So once you complete your setup, that means you connected to the Firebase. That means first you log in, then you connected to the Firebase, then you added the FCM to your app. That means on a Gradle, whatever be the requirement, it is on the script of that. So everything should be here. Here it implement all whatever be the requirement things, what be the required, it is here. Okay, automatically. So now we have to go with the basic thing that is called your device registration token. So the device registration token is a most important, that is a unique token of particular device by which we can send and receive it. So that means which is identity, we can say, of the device. But here this is the old approach of Firebase instance ID service that was depreciated, and previously we get token using that. But nowadays we directly working with your handle message, and here we are working with the Firebase messaging service. So we directly use this approach, Firebase messaging service, and we can extend this and implement our class. So you have to make a folder, a separate folder be here that is related to your Firebase. So once you create your folder here, then you have to go for you can say it is a Firebase. Okay, and under that you have to create your Firebase class file which extend your Firebase messaging service. So you can say that we can say it is a what's the name? Okay, YouTube tutorial Firebase service. Okay, I'm giving the class name of this. It's very simple, and now we can extend our Firebase messaging service. Okay, now you have to extend that class which is be our Firebase messaging service. That's easy. Okay, and here you just simply make a function. Once you have to copy this, that is very simple. This is called here on message received. We have to override this part. And paste it here, and here you can hide at this time. Say Alt Enter, and also no need of this, and here you have to make a tag This is your private static string tag, and give any name to that. This is your Firebase tag, so you can find it whatever you that. Okay, so that's the way you have to work. And you import all rest of the classes we here. Okay, now nothing else. One more overridden function you need it, that's called your public void check it if it is. I think that's not on here. Say on new token, and you say this is a string s, and that's good. If you also write that part, and you can say super dot new token, and this is your string s, and here you can generate your token be here. Sorry, don't need to be, just say s. Okay, and here you can say this is your log.t, and say tag new token, that is s. Very simple. So here we need two function, once you copy paste, another is, so this is your service. So whenever you work with your services, so that means you need to implement that particular service. So you have to call this service on your manifest. We need two important things, that is your use permission internet. One is this, and other is your service. And here you can say that this is your YouTube Firebase service. So that means I already know what's the service doing. So that means we call this service and then get token be here. So I think that's very simple. You have your own service, this is your extends messaging service, and you generate the new token be here, and here we have a new message received. That's a very simple part. Now we have to check this part on emulator, it is working or not. See what happened in your emulator. So this is our emulator be running, and this is the new token. So that means, yeah, you can see that this is a new token string be here, that is the string for the new token. That is important part. You just copy it, or either you want to save that token, so you can save it. But how we can save it and how we can give the registration during the registration, that means on the server side we have to save that. So that's the way we are working. So here the first step you have to log in, the second step you add that Firebase for your project, then third step you generate a simple services, you generate a token by simple services, that is called your Firebase messaging services, nothing else. Now we have to go with this part, how we can receive that particular message from the Firebase side for the testing purpose, and also we can implement the server side code, so that we have to link all three together, your app, your server, and Firebase. So this area we have to work. Now the most important part, that is your how we can generate that particular token. But sometimes there is an issue with the Genymotion, so you have to update your Google Play services on that cases, or use your on the Genymotion, this is your open GApps. So that is your you can work on that. Okay, So that's the work that is important. You update it on your Genymotion, then you can fetch your token for the Genymotion, and otherwise you can test it on your real device also. So after generation of the token, we have to go for the Firebase console, and here you can see your project. So here we have a notification exam YouTube. So example of the YouTube. So here you can go with your, there's a lot of things be there, but we have to go for the cloud messaging. So here we are working with the cloud messaging. We give just the example of the how we can work with that. So that's the way we can your use of the cloud messagings we are doing here. So first you have to check that send your first message be here. Click on and you give your title test message. This is your app related, okay? So I don't want to go for the particular token. So my first message be here, okay? And if you want to send some image you can go, otherwise no need of this. Then say next. Your target you have to select your notification example app, then say next. No need of these things, say review, and you can say publish. So once it happen, it sends some notification to your device that these things be. So this kind of notification you receive on your app site. So here we have a notification that's completed, that's your what be the date, timings be here, everything is here. One more notification I will show to you. That means once you make this kind of notification, you can get it on your app site on the message received, okay? So hello to, this is second notification on app site, and you can say that's next. You can select the target and rest of the things I don't want, just say the review and then send now publish. So it's saying that yeah, again we have on the second notification on the timings with this. So that means if you give differences on the timings, everything should be here, okay? Now on your Android Studio you can see that first notification that was received, but I haven't seen. But here this is your second notifications with this, that's your ID, but that's not a token ID. Token ID is different. This is the notification ID of that. This is your notification body, and this is the second notification on your app site. So that's the way you can work with. Now how we can get this notification be in this notification navigation area, that means drawer. So how we can receive it, okay? So that's the way we are working with notification manager. And also how we can apply the PHP site server script, so we can get that notification with the Firebase your server and then on your app. So these communication be important whenever you work. So number one step, you get token. Number two step, you just test your notification for the app. These two things be ready. That means you are working in a right site, in a right way, okay? Okay, now we are on again on Android Studio. As we have worked with simple Firebase connectivity, token generation, then we check that our app be received such kind of messages, that means we are on right direction. But one more thing that is an important, which kind of layout you want for that. So this is my layout, that means I want this kind of layout for the notification. So we have a simple icon, text, title and message be here. So it depends on your customization, which kind of notification you want on that for the layout. Okay, so here we already created our YouTube Firebase services in which we generate the new token. Also we receive that kind of message. But now we have to go for a little bit notification layout part, in which how we can make our notification manager, custom notification manager we can say that, which create our layout and we can get access that token in the form of layout, that means on your notification drawer. So this is the last step for the application, so that means your app side will complete it. So let's see how we can do this. So here on your Firebase, you just say on the right click, and now we can say this is our Java class, and here you can create your custom notification manager. That's very simple. Okay, make it a public because we have to call that. And here what we needed, I needed a private static final int small notification any code, because of which kind of notification we need it for that. So I'm just giving any number to that. Okay, so this is there a simple notification integer value, just like as we are doing with the cameras and other. And we need one more thing, that is called your context. Context is important in Android. Now you can generate a constructor for this context. Okay, so now this be over, and now we have to go for our method. This is called your public void send notification. Okay, and here in this part what we needed, we need to send the three important factors. Number one, string title, whatever you want to send that kind of message, and also what is your intent. So here we have a pending intents working, and you know that well what is the difference between intent or pending intent. If you don't know, you can watch my tutorials related to the pending intent. Okay, so here we have a pending intent, and we are using that because the pending intent working on your, that means when you call that. Okay, while the intent be on the same time. So here we have a pending intent, and here you can say that is your pending intent dot get activity. And what we need for that activity, we need a context and that kind of notification and your intent which you want to pass, that means on that activity in which you call that intent, and your pending intent dot flag update current. So that means whenever it call, it can fired and display on that particular activity. Okay, and one more thing that is called is importance. That importance is we can say that which kind of importance you want for your notification. Generally we need it high, so you can say notification manager dot importance high. So that's my priority. or different priority according to you what you need it. You can see that's on Google which kind of flow of that, importance, high, low, and the role of that. Okay, and simple string, and we can say this is your notification channel. I'm using this. This is your ID. So I'm giving the name dot, this is your channel ID. You just give that any name to your particular channel ID, because of channel ID plays important role while you're making your notification. Okay, so here you have a notification manager. That's play important role for the notification manager. Here notification manager, and you can see that context, and that context we needed get system service, and we need that context for system service dot I need at this time which kind of service, notification service. So whenever you work with the alarm, you can go for the alarm service, and there are different kind of services we have in a Android. Some other day will explain these services for you on my other session. So here, but on Oreo and update Oreos, that means update versions after the Oreos, there'll be a little bit difference on notification work. So we can do this cross check for your build versions, build version codes, build version, no, build version dot stk int. Okay, so that is important. So here you needed a build version, and or you can say, okay, version codes, not a version codes. Okay, and dot o, that's your, and here inside that if it is greater than, so whatever be using that's greater to your Oreo. So we needed your notification, we can say channel. Okay, you have to create the channel for this, so you can say notification channel, that's your new notification channel. And what we need it, we need a notification channel ID. So here you work with that notification channel ID, and comma which kind of notification you need it, you just give say notification, and comma that's your importance of working, which kind of priority for particular channel you want. So this is the way you can work with your notifications channel. And one more thing that's important, that is called your audio attributes. If you need it, you work with that, that's your new audio attributes, because of it play important role whenever you can use your uses of the notification ringtones on like that. So you can say builder, and say set content type, and you can use it as your audio attributes dot content type, yeah, sonification we need it. Okay, and dot set usage, that's important, that is called your audio attributes dot uses, which kind of notifications you need, that is I want for the ringtone. So the same we have to work and say dot build. So this be completed for the audio attributes. So we have a notification channel, we have a audio attributes. Okay, now we have a lot of things for the notification channel we have to cover. So notification channel dot enable lights. It depends whether your notification be working with the lights or not, and if it is working, then what you set the color, set your light colors, and then colors be which kind of color, that's your right. Okay, um, and also what we needed, set channel dot set, you can go for the sound also or go for the vibration also. Okay, so first we set your enable vibrations or not. Yeah, you can first enable your vibrations, and if you set the pattern of that particular vibrations, so you can say notification channel dot set vibration pattern also. And I think everybody know you can work with how we can use to vibrates. This is our pattern, you can work. I think there is the common patterns generally that gives the vibrations. This is your 1000. Okay, so that's the way, and if you don't know about these patterns, I will explain some other day. Will I mean how you can work one by one notification channel, especially on notification channel we have work. Okay, and also enabled vibration true. Okay, do this thing, make it like this. Okay, and we need a set sound. If you want with the set sound for your um, particular notification, so which kind of sound, that is on your settings, and settings for your system dot default notification URI, and also audio attributes we need it for. Okay, which we have done like this. So that means your ringtone be called whenever you work with this default notification URI, and that's your channel be work. Okay, and now that's an important thing, your notification manager dot create notification channel, and that is your notification channel. So it created your notification channel. So this is your build version SDK greater than course.o. Okay, and now we have to go with our remote views. That's also been important for the layout. Now we have to work with your new layout for journal, all kind of notification, all kind of Android systems we work on that under this category. So you can say that context dot get package name, and which kind of layout you are working. Layout, no, I just want with a simple layout, that is called your notification layout. Okay, uh, yeah, that's fine. And now we have to remote view, so set text view text, and which kind of layout I want it, r.id dot title text, it get your whatever be the title. Okay, remote views dot set text view text r.id dot message text, and this is your message. Okay, so here you can provide on your layout, that's called your title, your message, and notification. Here we need it because sometimes we have a compact, so we need it notification compact. Okay, dot builder, that's an important, it is your builder, and that's your new notification compact builder. And here you can use your context, comma, we have a notification channel ID. Okay, so that's, we have a builder by which we can work. So here on this kind of builder for particular, we need some notifications. So that kind of notifications which we set here in upper values, we can use it again. And here this our notification builder dot we need a set auto cancel true, dot set if you want be the silent, I don't want to be the silent at this time, set content title. Okay, so this is your title dot set content text, this is your message. Okay, just grab it, and here your set, you can work with your intent also. So this is your pending intent, we are working with that. Okay, and dot set channel ID, so this is our notification channel ID dot set if you want to go with the color, that means sound vibrant, so set content also, this is our remote views as I did above. Set your we can say vibrate, yeah, so that's we have done on this is your same pattern we are working. Okay, and if you don't know about these things how this pattern be work and like this, you can ask me free, then I will reply you on back. Okay, set lights also, so color dot you can say yellow comma, this is your light settings, and you can also be set sound here, and that's your as we have done your settings previously, dot system dot your default notification URI. Then then if you want to go for this icons, the small icon, so this is your drawable dot logo. So that means sometimes in some cases the layouts be not perfectly work, so that means it makes your notification on that particular areas for. So this is the way you are working. And if you have a large icon, so for the large icon what to do, you can make your bitmap factory dot decode resource, as we have done many times, how we can decode that resource using the context here and get resource. I think bitmap factory decode resource, okay, sorry, get resource dot get resource, and comma which kind of resource you want, drawable dot logo, that's my resource, everything be fine. So we have to dot build, make it final. So that's the way this is our notification be work. And last, your notification manager dot, here we can say notify, and this is your small notification, that's our value, and notification we have. So that means it is a very simple coding by which we can work. So your pending intent here, channel ID here, by particular if it is the version be greater than O, so you can work like this, and otherwise we have all layouts be. That means it cover maximum Android mobiles for the notification. So this is the way we can use this custom notification manager. So how it works with the JSON, how we can connect with your server side, and how the server connect to your Firebase. So that's I'm showing to you. Actually, I'm making this video in a chunks, that means in a parts, because of I have other works also. So just as I get a time, I make a videos for, then once it completed I will integrate all. So this is the way we can work with your custom notification manager. So as we have done our notification custom notification manager class, and we have done the YouTube Firebase service. So now we have to integrate our Firebase to the server side. For that we need a key. So that's for server key. And if you go with your notification particular your project, and then you can get that server key from here. So you just go for the cloud messaging and copy paste that server key. Okay, so that means whenever you connect your Firebase to your server side, so you can connect this, you can use that key, because of whenever we integrate app to your server, that may be any, at this time I'm using the exam for the PHP, and that case we need that kind of key. So if you are only Android developer, you don't know about the PHP, you just give that key, or your backend developer can access that key on the same project, and then use it on your server side whenever it get access, send or receive the token. Because the process is this, we have a token, we have to save that token on registration process on your server, and whenever be those tokens I want to send some messages from the server, we can use that. So that is integration between the Firebase and on your server. So okay, now we have on next step in which we have to set up our local server. So here I am using the example for the PHP. We can use the Node.js, Java, Python, whatever we requirement, because of there we need some files which we can interact with our Firebase, and that's using the key as I told you. So today I'm making this managed server, and here you can start off. So once they be started, we can use our local server as in a PHP. Now it is started, and you can see the Apache web server and MySQL database be running. Because of it is a Mac, so I'm using that's managed servers. And if you have a simple window, you can use that also. Okay, so here we have a devices table in which I have put some ID, email or phone number you can use also, and this is our token. That token which we generate on the very first time on our app site, that is new token. So you can save your token using the retrofit, whatever you need it for, that you create the services on your server side. Better your backend developer do that. So I'm just clear the scenario. So you just put it that token on your database, and now if we have a files be like we can say on applications, yeah, and here you can see the exam and your http docs, this is on the Mac, so we have a this kind of structure, and this is a Firebase data. So I have some files. So in your config file, I'm just showing to you, in your config file, you can, okay, just open it. You can put your that web API key be here, which I told you on my previously section, that we have to use that Firebase API key. So whatever your API key, you just copy paste be here. We have a database and that simple connectivity. Now we have some PHP files, so you can use that PHP files, and also be simple. You can make your also Python files, your Node.js files, whatever be. So here we have a sand single push in which we can connect to our Firebase using this firebase.php, and that connection be we can access with the key, and it get to the your project, and you can find your simple notification process with there. Okay, so you can use these files or you can create your own, it depends. So you can see that here we have a send notifications behavior. So here we have a fcm google apis com fcm.send. This is a simple, and use the Firebase key, it linked to your Firebase server. So this is the connection between your server to uh, your Firebase servers. That is very easy, and you can connect it with any local server which you are used. Okay, not on PHP, you can use it any language with there which you used for your server. That's I am talking. So this is the simple connectivity, and once this connection be happen, so this is your database be here, you can fire that particular send notification for this token. So once it receive, you can get that token. So I have created a simple send notification PHP, so in which I can make using the title message, I can put that, and then it can be get some notification on my site. So that's the way we have to work. So this is a simple structure of your local server. So here we have some files that connect to your Firebase. Also on our server we can register your devices, and these devices token be registered by your retrofit or your volley, whatever we use for your, and that you have to do with whenever you can get your new token. So here you can register your simple token be on your server side. So I do not make this code, I'm just showing to you how the notification work. Because of retrofit and volley I have created many times, you just put it with your service and just send it to your server. So this is not be the big thing, I'm talking about how we can represent our, and how we can check our notifications behavior. Okay, so once we set up our database and PHP files or server side, and connect to the Firebase key to your that means on config, so then we have to do, so that's your work. That means you have to register device token using volley or retrofit to your server side. Okay, that's very simple. You can just make a very simple services just as you doing the register for your application, that means user registration, and that user registration process you can save the token also using this. Okay, so register device token using any service to your server on device table or whatever be. Okay, so in which you can use phone number, name, whatever, but device token is important whenever work with the notification. Okay, so here you can put that. And one more thing, that is on the device on message receipts, what to do, we have to link our custom notification manager, that means that is layout which we are using to your YouTube Firebase service or any Firebase service which you are making, custom Firebase service we can say. Okay, so here first we have a try catch. This is your exception E, that's very simple. And here I need some JSON object, and you can make it as a JSON. Everything is in a form of JSON, and that's your JSON object. And this is your remote message dot get data dot to string. That's very simple. So that data be here, which we received from our Firebase site. Okay, so this is called your payload data. And what to do, you just make a functions and push notification, or whatever be you want that you can make it, and here you can send that JSON. Okay, and make this function be here. Send notification. Okay, and here what we need a JSON object, okay, because of that's in a form of JSON object. So is here what to do, you have to say again try, and that's your catch exception E, simple. And under the try, what to do, you can make our JSON object data that is equals to JSON object dot get JSON object, and that object be in a form of always as in a data. Okay, that is an important part. And you can say this is your string, this is your title, and this is your say data dot get string. We need it as in a title because we passed that title. Here we can say this is your message data dot get string message. Okay, and here we can say if you have any image URL then you can work with it, otherwise no need of that. And this is your image. Okay, so that's we have three things, and now we have to put that is on custom notification manager, and that manager be your new custom notification manager get application context. That's very easy. And now you can use also as we have done with the intent. Whenever I work with this, have you seen that is a title, message and intent, three things we have received from our Firebase. So this is our intent, and that intent be your new intent, and that application context comma whatever be your pending intent activity you can use that class. It's so easy. Okay, so after making these to be the next is your custom notification manager dot send notification, that's your title comma message and comma intent. Three things we need to pass, and now everything be fine. And also if you need one more exception, sometimes it happen, so you can say JSON exception E, you can find that exception if there be some issues with that. Okay, so you can log and trace that. So hopefully let's see everything will be all right. So what we have done, first we have create simple new token, then we have to register on our server side, then we have used a Firebase API key to link our PHP site server to the Firebase, and then what we have done, we have created this on our server side devices table in which we have this register token be here, and this is the scenario, that means on the app to the your server. Okay, once your JSON objects be ready, and here we have a send push notification, that means custom notification interactions be ready. So here what to do, we just using the postman and get access to our send push PHP. So you can get access that particular and say send, and once it gets sent and you can receive this. So here it can say this is a success, failure is 0, and it can be the message ID. So just wait and check on the Genymotion what happened on that. Okay, so let's see what happened. So this is your message notification, title my, this is new message, that means we can fetch that particular notification from your Firebase. So that means whenever we call that, and it can receive it. So main of work on your server side also, where we need that Firebase key. So that is the interaction between these three areas whenever you work with this notification. Okay. Okay, so what we have done in our process, that is a simple, first we have to create a simple Firebase projects, or old one existing one we have to use, that's in your choice, that's from the Firebase. And once you connect, then add FCM or a build Gradle, that we have done on the second step, and then use the messaging service, and then generate your token, and then you have to save your token on your server side on your device table. And once this be ready, then you connect your server side to your FCM, that is by the key that we from the settings we have done. And then you have to make a layout on your app side, and you can check that notification. Once these things be ready, that means you are in right direction. And once you have built your app site code, you have your APK be ready, that means on Android side, then you call it from your server to your app, and then Firebase call out there, and then you get notification be easily on your site, that is on your app. So that's the way you work with your notification with the simple steps. And if you know more about that, we can give it in details some other day. And also we have some points that's be needed. Number one is your notification message. There's a simple notification, that message be sent from Firebase console as we have on trial. So that means we can do it. That means a broadcast and some things we do not need for the server. That if you want be do some extra things on from your server side, you can send it, so you can make your server to notification code, that as we have done. So we have to make use that. And third is your message, both notification and payload, so we work on that. So that means on background and on the foreground, on the both the way it works. And whenever it works with the data and both, so that means on message receives we have a notification, and that notifications be handled by the system tray data. That means whenever be on your, that means your app is not working in that time, so that's your at that time also, that's on your background. So whenever you click on a particular notification, and that get access to that. So just simple your practice on this kind of notifications. Some other day I will explain it more, and if you need some docs, you can ask to me, or any query you can discuss to me. Thank you so much for the day.